Yeah, very good. Very.
I can do impressions.
Very good impression. Right on. Correct.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's gonna be okay, bud. I'm Ben Kissel on Instagram, BenKissel1, joined by Jerry Aquino.
Hey.
At Miss_Jerry, that's Jerii, and of course, Kyle Plouffe at Kyle Plouffe.
Yellow.
Make sure to check us out on Patreon. You can watch every episode live, so you can see us before the show and right after the show when we cry.
Exactly.
It's fantastic. $10 a month. Please, Lord.
There is a lot of snot.
There's a lot of snot, and you don't want to miss it. So check that out at patreon.com/diebud. Also, you can feel free to email us at okbudpod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got an update.
There are updates?
Update.
That sounds like a puppy update.
Oh, no, it's not. Norbert's dead. That was yesterday.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Don't forget. The drones over New Jersey.
Yes.
Oh,
It's not just Chris Christie after eating too many bagels and farting his way to the sky.
Are you sure?
It might be. What a tub of shit. The Trump administration, via Caroline Levitt, she's the White House press secretary, 27 years old, by the way.
The press secretary?
He's 27.
Yeah.
So I'm like on a date.
Is
Like every
she,
time
like-
she gives a press
Yeah.
conference, I'm just like, I feel like I'm on a date now with someone too young.
Yeah, you're like nervous.
Yeah.
You're like, I shouldn't be here. This is wrong.
I don't even know who, I don't know who
I don't
Jelly Roll
understand
is.
any of her pop culture references.
Exactly. I mean, my pop culture reference for someone 27 was Jelly Roll, and I think he's my age.
Yeah.
All right. So they have said, after research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Now, my one issue with this statement is, what are the various other reasons?
What is the research? That doesn't answer anything.
It answers nothing.
Yeah.
It's the exact speculation that all of us said. It was like, they must be researching something and doing some various other things up there.
Yeah.
But they did tell us that much.
Oh, well,
They
how
go-
informative of them.
Isn't that nice?
Thanks.
What research do we have to do in New Jersey that Bruce Springsteen hasn't already done via lyrics? I know everything about Bruce. I know everything about New Jersey because of Bruce Springsteen lyrics, and I know that people are struggling in their marriage.
Yeah.
I know that people sometimes fall in love, but then they
Yeah.
fall on hard times, but they
Yep,
can't.
yep.
They don't have enough money to get divorced, and they have to stare at each other and slowly fall out of love, but they must stay together for the family.
Yes.
That feels like a general thing, not just a New Jersey thing.
That's the river, baby.
Okay.
They say many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones.
Oh, God.
In time, it got worse due to curiosity, but then they say, this is the Trump administration via 27-year-old gal,
Yeah.
this was not the enemy.
Oh,
So don't worry, it was not the enemy.
I feel like every time we have drones now, they're always going to use like people as a scapegoat and be like,
Yeah, we're
well,
not-
you know, everyone has drones now.
yeah.
I hate the drones.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't understand their gifts. Like, I think it was 2 Christmases ago, everyone and their mother was getting a drone.
Right.
What do you possibly do? Not everyone is going to be a cinematographer.
Yeah.
Right.
Your
yeah.
child isn't a director.
Right.
Most likely your child is going to end up being a peeping Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what happened to us. We were trying to walk our baby down the street. There was a drone following us. And I'm the
What?
fucking old man throwing rocks at it.
Yeah, I would shoot it.
You tried to throw rocks at the drone.
Yeah.
How far high was it?
It was pretty high. It was probably going through people's windows after that.
That's wild.
Just an old woman sitting there sipping coffee. All of a sudden a rock goes through her window.
Right. Someone's car just starts blaring with horns. Their window is scratched.
Yeah.
Goddamn kids are out of control out there.
Yeah.
Babies having babies.
Yeah.
Kyle, look up the story of the dad who shot down a drone because the drone was watching his daughter in the backyard. That's all that these people do. Yes. And the dad that shot the drone down got arrested because technically he damaged the other person's property, even though that person was filming his daughter sunbathing in their own backyard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Judge rules man had right to shoot down drone over his house.
Oh, good. So he did have the right to do
A
it.
Kentucky judge dismisses all charges
Thank
against
God.
William Meredith.
So he was
Not
charged.
bad.
Yeah.
And the judge was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless America.
You know,
My
doing his
Lord.
dad duties.
Yes, of course.
The drone, it was flying over his property in Hillview, Kentucky. The guy was trying to get a hill view.
No, he was trying to get a mound view of his daughter.
Of his daughter's ass.
Yep.
Also, I think she was like 13 years old. So
Oh.
Jesus
I'm not going
Christ.
into the anatomy of a 13-year-old girl.
No, I'd hope not.
My God.
As a 30-plus-year-old woman, I already am paranoid every time I lie down in my pool. Like, I'm looking around at like the other unit building windows. I'm like, who the fuck's watching? Who's watching me? Who's watching me, Tan?
That's the deleted scene from Rear Window.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, when he just starts beating off. He's like, yeah, that guy killed his wife over there, but look at the tits on the other neighbor.
Yeah.
So, Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Mike McCall, he's a Republican out of Texas, he believed that the aircraft were, quote, spy drones from China. So he kind of leapt, he went right to
He
China.
went to the other side.
Went
Yeah.
right over there.
Yep.
But they are now saying, no, that was not the case. But this is what McCall says. He says, my judgment, based on my experience,
Right.
is that those are over our military sites and are adversarial and most likely are coming from the People's Republic of China.
What experience is he drawing from?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I watch a lot of anime porn. I think I know what the Chinese are up to.
Yeah, right. But also, can a drone fly all the way from China?
Well, they had that stupid ass balloon that kind of floated here.
Yeah.
Kind of got with a wind pattern.
Yeah. That's
I guess if you had a naval vessel full of seamen, perhaps it could. But yes, the drones don't tend to have that much battery life. But that was what was so weird over the drones, or with the drones over New Jersey,
Right.
was that they were just consistently there. And everyone's like, what the hell is going on? But the idea that it was hobbyists or just for recreational fun,
right.
I think that's absolutely insane. Because weren't those drones like 6 feet by 6 or something? They were pretty They were pretty beefy drones.
They were huge.
Oh my God. Yeah, those aren't family drones.
And there were large numbers of them. Swaths.
Yeah, you can't
if you
just
will.
say that like all of a sudden everyone in New Jersey was like people at a bar that order a drink and then someone else is like, that sounds great, I'll have that too. Someone's like, that sounds great, I'll have that too.
And I'm just going to say, Jersey doesn't need this.
No.
They're already stressed. They're Italian. You know, they've got a lot on their plate, literally
seriously.
and figuratively.
If you go deep enough into New Jersey, for some reason, Southern accents start.
They are the south
It's
of the
weird.
Northeast. They really are the south of the Northeast. I think I've seen some Confederate flags. And they're like, well, we will rise again. And it's like, Jersey, you are on the north.
Yeah.
You actually technically won. Embrace victory every now and again.
Yeah. I drove a fire truck. This is a true story. I drove a fire truck in New Jersey.
There
There was a guy trying to impress me in a restaurant, and he was like, yeah, I'm like the volunteer, like chief, like operator of the firehouse nearby. I could totally get us into a fire truck. And I was like, yes, let's do it.
Wow.
And tried and true. We went to the fire station, and he taught me how to drive a fucking fire truck.
Did you scratch the shit out of the sides?
No, I didn't. We went
Wow.
to an empty parking lot and did circles.
Love that.
It was so awesome.
I hope I'm not speaking out of line, but that's also like the most lesbian way to pick you up.
I loved it.
Which was
and
just
it
like, hey,
worked.
honey, I got a
It
truck. You
worked.
want to drive it?
I was like, yes. On the off chance that you're telling the truth and not kidding, yes.
Meanwhile, there's a family that's like, help us!
There's drones up here.
You're like, oh my God, this is so cute.
Trying to bang this chick. Have you seen this chick I'm trying to bang? And they were like, we'll burn.
It's fine. Sorry about that.
So, according to McCall, again, this is the man who believed it was from China, the drones, that is, they say, we're not getting answers. And I think it's because our government does not know who is behind them. And this is very disturbing for me. So, obviously, they're stoked. It was just the drones were there for months.
That's wild.
And everyone, we are just living in such mad times, and it just shows you the power of the human brain.
Yeah.
To just make it seem normal. Because we're like, drones, they're hovering over Jersey.
And they really tried to float it out there in the mainstream media that they were Iranian drones that were coming for us.
God.
And then that story just disappeared after a few days.
Yeah, they would be the Iranian. I know a lot of Iranian people.
Yes.
Very powerful in the government over there. No, I know my friend Salman Arbabi, who is the #1 most wanted person in Iran. If he went there, they would kill him.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's kind of cool, right?
that's
Nice.
cute.
They don't have the technology. They don't. They do not have the technology. They're certainly not going to get over here. No, they are a paper kingdom, to say the least.
Wow.
They will kill you if you're over there and stuff. I mean, they'll cut your clit off and shit like that.
With like an origami folded knife?
Yeah, but they're not sending drones to the United States.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Boy.
And it sucks that everyone's trying to take, like, I don't know, they're trying to take a hold of the narrative, but no one actually knows. Even the government, they're like, just say we know it's for research and various things. But
Absolutely.
they're really like, what the fuck was that? I don't know.
Also, weren't these drones supposed to be giving us like Domino's pizza and Amazon packages?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know.
Well, people got upset about their jobs getting taken away, I'm sure.
Yeah, but then also no one cares that they're upset
Yeah.
because the corporations just laugh at them and then they say,
Yeah.
well, here's a discount on your next pizza.
Ooh.
And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, sweet, thank you.
Sold.
We-
The FBI, the FAA, and the Pentagon and Department of Homeland Security said in a joint statement, they were stoned. Kind of funny.
Nice.
I'm so fast. I'm so quick.
Yeah.
So they said, we assesses that the sightings to date include a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones, as well as manned fixed wing aircraft, helicopters, and stars
I'm dead.
mistakenly reported as drones.
Yeah, it was the stars.
It's the stars.
So it's a flash mob of drones.
It really is.
Guys, whether you use it for fun or jobs, we're all coming out
Yes.
on this day.
It's an improv everywhere for drones. No word on how all of these drones were able to correspond with one another, communicate with one another, because Kyle, right? They were making like patterns.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
Oh my
like
God.
they were in formation in a lot of these
Beyonce.
places, and it was scaring the shit out of people.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
That sounds so creepy.
But I don't think they're lying when they're saying, well, like all these different types of drones, but what were they
I think
doing?
they're guessing.
Well, I mean, it's all true. There definitely were hobbyist drones up there too, but
I think
like,
they're just saying everything, so that means nothing.
yeah, it literally
Yeah.
means nothing. They're literally they're hitting the whole target. Like it is all of those
Yeah.
things, but we want to know why they were up there.
Specifically, which one of those were they?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
Is there a nuke loose in our country?
Oh.
That's the question. That's what they were saying.
What?
They were looking for uranium because there's been missiles that have gone missing,
Damn.
and you know,
That's a bad day at work.
yeah,
Yeah.
Lloyd, you got one job. Where's the missile? This motherfucker.
it's right here. Oh,
All right, let me retrace my steps. So I was here, went to Wendy's, came back. No, I stopped by Costco.
I got a beer real quick too.
Yeah, it's in the mayonnaise at Costco. What's interesting is the future is now, and we're living in it, and we're doing the
Yeah.
best we can.
Yeah.
There was this is a future of war. A drone fought a robot dog to the death.
Wow.
So this was set up. It's drone versus robo dog. It was a clip. It went viral on social media.
Really?
And they're calling it the first machine war. And I will say, from an entertainment perspective, I enjoy battle bots.
Yes.
And if we use these drones and robot dogs solely to fight one another for our entertainment, I would watch it a lot. It's certainly healthier for human beings than slapping each other in slap fighting or whatever the hell they call that.
Yeah,
big sport.
that slap thing is weird.
The slap thing is about as dumb as it can possibly get.
Yep.
This is battle bots on steroids, and I'm kind of here for it. The clip went viral on Chinese social media,
wow.
and the next world war will be fought like this
Via dogs and drones.
via robot dogs and drones. And of
Whoa,
course,
epic.
you don't want to be a person getting in between Fido
I definitely don't.
and the old airplane there because you will get blown up.
It's the Fido X3000, okay?
Oh, cute. So both the drone and RoboDog appear to be shooting each other with fireworks. It's not clear where the fight was filmed, and there's no word on whether the kit was operating autonomously or controlled by humans. Now, this is one
come
scary
on.
thing.
What do you mean?
Well, they can act autonomously now.
So they just picked a fight with each other? Is what you're saying?
You look at my girl.
Two robots on a playground?
You looking at my girl.
Yeah.
Hey, drone, you look at my bitch.
Right.
Because it's RoboDog.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it.
So that's actually when a dog calls a woman a bitch. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come sniffing around the wrong bitch.
So that's just the future of war. And we already saw this in New York City. They had the robo dogs going around sniffing, trying to find, dime
Yeah.
bags in people's pockets.
Dime frogs in people's pot. Well, that's just annoying.
Black Mirror is real.
I hate that so much.
We're all done. Black
Dying.
Mirror is done. It's real, and we're done.
First
That's the end of the show. I don't even want to do the show. This whole conversation scares the hell out of me. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, the drones are going to now be flying over all of our houses later on tonight.
Yeah.
Because we know too much.
We know nothing.
We're too aware, though.
I read that article in the New York Post. We know nothing.
We are too aware.
And it's just going to be whispering right over your bed. Don't worry, I'm a hobbyist drone. Don't worry.
I'm a hobbyist drone.
Hey,
Good.
you suck me off.
Yeah.
Hey, drone, help me out here, man. Can you suck me off?
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oops, caught in the blades again.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, let's move on from. Oh, actually, no. One more drone story. Navy bosses feared that there were some suspicious pings on one of their vessels, and they feared that it was coming from the Russians. But it turns out those suspicious pings were just being caused by a farting whale.
Oh.
What?
So that's kind of cute. Yes, a farting whale is thought to have sparked fear that Russian drones were targeting a UK nuclear
Not
sub.
for nothing, a whale fart sounds insanely scary. If you're underwater
you ever-
next to a giant whale and then it farts. Whoa!
Yep. Speaking of Chris Christie, again, call back to that old fat politician that's no longer relevant.
Right.
So the suspected blow-offs were picked up twice by Navy sensors that
Wow.
were scanning the area, and it raised a lot of concerns that, oh my God, Putin's coming.
Oh,
But it wasn't Putin. It was
tootin'.
It was tootin'. It was a whale tootin',
Well
just
said.
about to be a poopin'.
Yeah. How does a whale get gas
Oh, they probably eat a bunch.
underwater?
I don't.
Bad krill.
I mean,
Mean case of the GERD.
oh God. I guess
They're swallowing Pinocchio's dad. They got some fucking gas going on.
Pinocchio's father. Yeah, I guess. I mean, sometimes you have bubbly water, but the water in the ocean isn't bubbly, is it?
Yeah. Like, what is it? What accidental carbonated fish did it eat?
It's salty, though. Too much sodium can do it sometimes.
Oh, sure.
Yes. Yes.
It ain't easy being a whale.
Oh.
So the naval officer told the Sun, "We have been analyzing the sounds and now believe it was a marine mammal, a whale. They, however, say we are taking this very seriously. We have to assume the worst." And of course, the worst is that whale has a tummy ache.
Yeah.
And we need to help that freaking whale out.
Yeah.
But you do know when they beach themselves, they explode.
They explode.
They get all full of gas.
Yeah.
And then they just like pop.
That's insane.
So there is a lot going on inside a whale.
Okay, so first of all, don't ever have a beach off with a whale.
No, don't do that.
And how many tums do you think it would take to calm this whale's gas down?
I don't know. We got to send Jonah in there, biblical Jonah.
I think we have to send a Diddy amount of tums. Of course, I'm using that as baby oil
Right. Okay.
measurement.
Yeah. I don't know if there was any. It would be interesting if there was like 1,000 bottles of lube, 50 bottles of Tums. What the hell's going on at Diddy's house? My God. So anyway, World War III averted. This is how we're going to get into Dub 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the Russians are coming, and the whale will be like, I'm sorry, guys.
Well, we should have never freed Willie.
I ate the wrong coral reef. I didn't read the expiration date.
Yep.
So anyway, be very careful out there. If you're a whale, apparently there's some gastral issues going on in your community.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get on to just some straight up family murders.
Ooh.
This is an interesting story. So, fathers and daughters.
I'm aware of them.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Usually, I feel like fathers and daughters get along better than mothers and daughters and fathers and sons.
That's correct.
Right?
I could confirm that information.
But this wasn't the case in this story. A dad killed his 14-year-old daughter.
Why?
Well, this is an interesting story. His name is Simon Vickers, and he's British, in case you didn't know why his name's Simon Vickers. He was drinking a bit of wine, right? And then he says that he and his daughter were mucking around. He says mucking around.
Mucking around? Ugh. It's disgusting.
I never want to muck around with my father.
Muck. Do not muck.
No. But he says we were mucking about in the kitchen. And then he accidentally threw a pair of of scissors. No, not scissors. I'm sorry. He says that he threw a pair of tongs at her, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't a pair of tongs. It was a knife, and it went into her chest, and she's dead. So he was.
What the fuck is mucking around where you were throwing objects at your kid?
That's the muck.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
You're throwing stuff around,
It's
mucking
fun.
around.
It's fun. It's like, yay, we're in the kitchen and we're throwing objects at each other.
He also says mucking about.
Mucking about.
Mucking about. So he says, no, I didn't stab my daughter in the chest. I was simply trying to throw a pair of tongs at her during the muck.
Wow.
However, jurors were not swayed. A forensic expert came on and testified the angle of the 8-inch kitchen knife
Oh my God.
that struck Scarlett, that's his daughter, was very firmly stabbed into her chest.
Oh yeah, no fucking toss is gonna do that. Just
No.
shoot, clean stab right in there.
And I think you get found guilty of mucking about.
Yeah, unlawful mucking.
Unlawful mucking, I mean, that could get you 50 to 60 years.
I don't need any mucking in my family happening.
Oh, God.
Every time the objects are thrown around, it's usually for a target.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, one time my dad threw an empty Pepsi bottle at my head.
Oh, well,
I hated that so much because it was a lot funnier than it was painful, and my brothers were dying laughing.
yeah.
And also the sound of it, just
Tong.
and you're like, oh.
The life of a Dominican family.
That is the mucking around I will accept.
Yeah, that's funny.
The only mucking around.
Well, at least it was an actual empty bottle and not a hatchet in your head.
And I thought it was an empty Pepsi bottle. Turns out it was a knife.
Yeah, I do love that this guy was going through like the leprechaun defense.
Yeah.
Being like, no, it was tongs. I can't believe it was a knife. It's like, no, it was, obviously.
You gotta believe me.
So, according to Durham Police Detective Superintendent Craig Rudd, he says, we may never know why or what caused Simon Vickers to do what he did that night. Sadly, today's verdict will not bring Scarlett back, but he will now face the consequences of his actions.
That's so sad.
I know, right?
Little lady.
Yeah, they were watching so he downed 4 glasses of wine, and they were watching soccer on television. So maybe his football team lost.
She was like, ha ha, your fucking little team lost.
Your little footy lost.
Aw.
Yeah.
4 glasses of wine in will make you get you into some murderous muckery.
I guess so. This is what he told jurors. He says, we were having harmless fun.
Yeah, that sounds harmless as hell.
Yeah. He says, there was no knife in the equation. I was throwing a pair of tongs as far as I was aware. So he really is.
Why were you throwing a pair of tongs at your 14-year-old daughter? That's not cool either.
Then, this is what he says, and this is a very creepy line. He says, then she stopped breathing. There was nothing. Her eyes just went like a doll's eyes.
Oh, God.
Like Jaws.
Oh.
That's what he said. He said, her eyes just went like a doll's eyes.
Oh, I don't like that.
Right? And he's like, those weren't tongs at all.
Just turned my daughter into a doll.
Well, he made spaghetti out of her.
Jeez.
Isn't that horrible? Jennifer Bolton, a forensics expert called to the stand by prosecutors, testified that it was practically impossible for a knife like that, the one that killed Scarlett, to have been thrown. So she was like, no, that was definitely just stabbed. She stabbed her a lot.
Yeah, unless you're John Wick,
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
then I would believe it. But a knife to the chest, it's very hard to get through
Yeah.
a rib cage in a chest bone.
Yeah.
Yep. Vickers' lawyers told the court his client was already serving a life sentence after his daughter's death, which I think is mean like he's really sad that his daughter is dead.
Oh, that's
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
that must be tough for him.
Yeah, sounds so hard for him. I bet he's never going to muck again.
I love that John Wick movie.
It's so fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. There's nothing like a dude on a warpath over someone taking his dead wife's dog.
You gotta avenge the dog.
I know.
Yeah.
And it like literally he killed every single person in that.
And because it was all for a puppy, everyone like feels him so hard. It took the hearts of America.
really did.
like,
Like,
yeah, you tell him about that fucking dog.
You imagine we find out there's foul play in Norbert's death?
Ah,
Better watch out.
Yeah.
Also, I said Norbert had millions of followers, only 857,000.
Oh,
that makes more sense.
but overall,
That's a lot.
all the social medias.
Way more than I have.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to another family feud. Death, it's not easy to take or handle, and people, they suffer and mourn in different ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So This was January 25th. Kathleen and Maureen Deegan. They're from Florida, and they're siblings.
All right.
And they were at their the funeral for their 95-year-old papa. It was at a Catholic church. And then there was a eulogy, and it was delivered by Kathleen. And apparently, this is where things got a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Court records, they show that there was a melee. According to an arrest affidavit, Kathleen's eulogy did not include a mention of Sister Maureen's 24-year-old daughter.
Oh.
So she got really upset that you didn't mention her daughter, but it's not an Oscar speech.
Yeah.
Why do I have to mention your daughter? It's
Yeah.
the eulogy of my dad, your dad as well. But you don't have to mention.
Hello.
Is that a rule?
Hello, Lisa's sitting right here.
And I want to give a shout out to 24-year-old granddaughter. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like, why are you? Even if you want to be bitchy about it at the end, you could do like that sister thing where you're like, that was a beautiful speech. I love how it only included you and not my daughter.
Nice and catty.
Yeah.
Are there rules to a eulogy?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know how she worded it.
I mean, she said that she didn't mention at all the daughter.
Yeah.
Well,
But
she could
so-
say like he loved his grandchildren or grandchild.
What if he didn't?
Yeah.
Well, what if he didn't?
She's
That's
like,
the question.
I happen to know he thought she was a little shit.
He thinks she's a whore.
Yep.
He's 95 and she's 24. I'm sure that he didn't understand her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's safe.
It's like when
Safe assumption.
my grandma Lillian died, my mom's mom.
Yeah.
The eulogist, she was a very nice Catholic. She wasn't the Lutheran minister because I don't think the Catholics let the ladies do it yet.
Yeah.
And she was like Lillian. She loved everybody. She had nothing but love in her heart. And her nickname for my little brother Michael was Squirrel because she hates squirrels.
That's hilarious.
She's very mean. She used to chase us around with broomsticks. One time, she just doused me with Lysol. Just stood over me and just doused me with Lysol.
Why?
Jeez.
Did you curse?
No, it's probably a stinky little shit.
Yeah, probably that too.
I'm not even against her. I think it's very funny, but it was just like
Hilarious.
sitting there during her eulogy. I was like, this is not like, do you just get to lie now? Maybe she's dead. Like, she wouldn't tell you. My grandma would be like, that's not true exactly. I don't like them very much.
Yeah.
She killed my fucking grandfather.
Holy shit.
You should have gone up there and just been like, hey, I just want to set the record straight.
Total bitch.
Didn't like me very much.
Oh, I was her least favorite. My older
Could always tell. Were you Squirrel?
No, my little brother Michael was Squirrel, but I wasn't much above Squirrel.
Uh-huh.
My middle brother Chris, I'm my mom's favorite.
Uh-huh.
Mama's boy.
Cute.
But Chris was my grandma's favorite. Because they're both, I don't like drama. I'm just not into drama. But then they cause like all
That's
the time.
so dramatic. That is the most dramatic thing you could possibly say. It's like, oh, I hate drama.
It's like, well, you seem to be surrounded by it constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't like carbs. Well, why do you wake up with pizza in your bed? Which I have done before. But that's because my little dog, Jerry, brings it into bed.
Yeah, sure. It's little dog, Jerry.
Well, it is a little bit. Anyway, all right. So investigators charged that Maureen walked over to Kathleen and purposely chest bumped her.
Ooh.
She gave her a chest bump.
That's pretty sick.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. She's like, the fuck was that, eulogy? Ugh.
What? Ugh. Like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Let's slap titties.
And they're Kathleen and Maureen are two accurate names. These are big old mamas. Not to be misconstrued with the drag queen who wants to kill Donald Trump.
Sturdy women.
Big mama.
Big mama. So she purposely chest bumped her. Kathleen then grabbed her sister's hair and pulled it backwards. Maureen responded by throwing strikes at Kathleen's face, though it was unclear if she used a closed hand or an open hand. So
I don't
know why that meant. I don't know.
It does matter because an open hand hurts worse. This is what we talked about with slap fights.
Oh,
or
yes,
power
that's
slap.
very true.
I'd rather
Power
get punched in
slap.
the face all day.
Yeah, that's true.
And an
I'd
open
rather.
hand slap, especially in the cold. I know
don't
they're in
want-
Florida, but still, just a bitter bang. Ouch.
I'm surprised neither of them had fake hair to rip off.
Yeah, well, they're still only in their 60s.
Fresh highlights going on. One of them cares about her hair.
Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be like a long-lasting family feud. Also, thank God for the dad just be dead.
Yeah.
I can just see
He'd
the
be
dad
so
looking in the corner
disappointed.
of the room, just being like, "Thank God I'm
He's
fucking
like,
dead."
Jesus fucking Christ.
This
I'm
has to have been
okay.
a feud for a while.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, this is contentious
This
as
is
hell.
not a new thing.
Look at their faces. Their faces in the mugshots are still pissed off at the other sister.
Oh, this is. I want to be there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah. This seems great.
This is gonna be.
These are the
good.
aunts I want to grow up with.
Yeah, turkey's flying out the window by 3:00.
You
Yeah.
didn't mention your daughter. You didn't mention your niece. You know, your niece. It's like your daughter's a pig. So Kathleen was arrested for misdemeanor battery. Maureen was charged
Misdemeanor.
with felony battery, since her alleged victim was 65 years or older. But it's her fucking sister.
It's her sister.
So
Yeah.
because this older sister was older, it's now a felony because she hit someone 65 or older.
Wow.
That's trash.
That's bullshit. This is a family affair.
That is right.
You guys need to stay the fuck out of it.
I need a remake of the old UPN show, Sister, Sister. And it's just these two fighting every
It's
day.
these two.
I love that idea.
Sister, sister.
Yeah, exactly. White sister. Sister. Yeah.
Kathleen and Maureen.
I don't think Maureen should be charged with a felony.
How old is Maureen?
So Maureen is 40, or no, I'm sorry, Maureen is 60, and her sister is 65.
That's rough. 5 years is a solid age gap for a sibling rivalry.
Yeah, they live 7 miles away from each other.
Oh my God, they're close and they hate it.
Yeah, and they're in Clearwater. Maybe they do need Scientology.
Yeah.
Maybe Scientology would actually help calm them down,
Yeah.
make it so they don't fight at their father's funeral.
Oh my God, they got
Yeah.
arrested for each other.
Come
Yeah.
read Dianetics.
I just don't. I'm just still caught up on the felony. They are sisters.
Yeah, they're sisters.
There's no age.
Imagine just getting arrested for getting into like a sibling fight.
Yeah, it must have escalated fairly quickly.
Yeah, yeah. For
And then there's
someone,
other people
because-
around.
yeah, thinking there's a eulogy. There's family around.
Right.
So someone decided to call the cops.
Someone needs to set down 3 chairs, bring the corpse of Jerry Springer back,
Yep.
and just get some cameras and let's watch this unfold on television.
Rest in peace, Jerry.
I-
I know, right?
I think I know why there's strife in this family.
Okay.
Why is that?
The very end, it says Maureen, a Clearwater resident, lives about 7 miles from her sister, whose address is listed in jail records as the $2 million waterfront home owned by their late father's trust.
Oh.
This has nothing to do with the eulogy.
Nothing to do with the granddaughter.
Whoa.
And nothing. Oh my God.
I'd be furious.
So who's got the house? Is it Maureen?
Well, maybe Maureen.
No,
I'm
it's
assuming
not
it-
Maureen. It's the other one. Kathleen has the $2 million house.
It's not very clear. It says Maureen.
A Clearwater resident lives 7 miles from her sister Kathleen, whose address is listed in jail records as the $2 million house.
And I believe Kathleen's the young one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the dad jumped over the first one,
Yep.
gave the house to the young one.
Yep.
But then why is the young one so upset that they didn't mention her 24-year-old daughter? Who gives a shit? You're living in a $2 million house. in
Yeah, no,
Clearwater.
seriously. The older sister was just like, all right, you have the big fancy fucking house. I'm just going to give my eulogy.
Wow.
He's like, hey,
Wow.
don't forget. Just shut up, Kathleen. Your
So the-
fancy fucking house and your 3 bathrooms. Shut up.
Wow. Well, now I'm actually more sympathetic to the older one
Yeah.
because wow,
Yeah.
that'd just be frustrating.
Yeah.
I bet you she got the house because she had the daughter.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, well, you have a daughter. You can take the house when I die.
Oh my God. So true.
It could have been a you get the cash, you get the house type situation too. This guy might, we don't know what this guy, what did he do?
We have no idea what he did.
Yeah.
Well, what he
But
did
Clearwater
was-
is the home for Scientology, so maybe
Yes.
he was up in the church.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe he worked in the church.
But then the melee was at St. Brendan's. They would allow that. They would
Oh,
allow
right.
Scientology
Oh,
church.
Okay.
That's true. Good work. Truth.
Yeah.
Ploof with the truth.
That's
Yep.
right.
That detective work.
Getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they need to work on their, I believe, thetans. I think they're called thetans.
Yes.
The negative things that are up inside, the bubble up inside your body. I think Scientologists call them thetans.
I thought it was
Yeah.
called gas.
Well, if you're a whale.
Hello.
Right.
All right. Well, speaking of things that are in the water, that's a horrible segue. I'm sorry. Because there was a kid that was was found in the water.
Oh,
Lord.
come on.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to create content
Yeah.
and make people laugh.
Yes.
Juan Sebastian Mejes, Acevedo. I think it's Acevedo. Anyway, he's only 12
Juan
years old.
Sebastian Mejia Acevedo.
He was found dead in a local pond on Monday.
That's sad.
It's very, very sad.
Why?
But the weirdest thing is, so this was in Virginia Beach. He was reported missing last week. He was pulled from a pond. But the strangest thing is 3 days after, his parents got 3 days prior, as a matter of fact, before they found him, his parents got a random ransom note, and it asked for $500 for their son to be returned. So they paid $500, which is an
stupid amount. Yeah, what?
Stupid. I would be so offended.
I would be
offended. My
offended.
kid's worth $500.
Yeah. Why don't you just ask me for $500?
Right. So it's possible, however, that the ransom request was a fraud and an attempt by unscrupulous actors to take advantage of a family during their darkest time.
Oh.
Isn't that horrible?
That's horrible. That's like someone's kid is missing and then someone else random is like, we should get some ransom from them.
But how do you even maybe they settled on 500 because they're like, it's so little that they'll pay it.
Yeah.
It's also enough where they'll be like kind of pissed off to pay it.
Yeah.
So they'll want to get their kid back. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe something where it's like, wow.
Those people must not have kids because I'm sure there's plenty of parents that'll be like, for $500 or keep the kid, keep the kid.
Well, sure. I mean, a kid probably costs you $500 a week, doesn't it? So they probably saved money while the kid was gone. But,
Jesus.
but then, I mean, that's unfortunate though, because he didn't come back then. But the chief said this would not be the first time that type of scam has been perpetrated on a family that is going through difficult circumstances. Is that a possibility? It absolutely is. So I just thought this story was interesting. First, because of the 500 being very low, sadly for the child, but he'll return again. You listen to the Highwaymen by Highwaymen.
No.
It's a song about coming back. Life never ends.
Oh, okay.
So that's fun. But anyway, he says, unfortunately, because it involved out-of-state transactions, we need search warrants, subpoenas to try to identify who that individual was and who received that money. So someone was walking around with some pretty fat pockets out there.
They actually got the $500.
So
They actually
sick.
got it.
Oh, that's fucking sickening. I hate that.
So anyway, no word on foul play yet. It's too soon to tell if there is a homicide investigation or to rule the death, or if they're going to rule the death accidental. According to this one fella, they say it's too early for me to speculate. We just recovered him. As we get more information and we can confirm facts and not what we believe occurred, we will get that out to the community. So we'll see what happens there. Don't fall for these scammers.
I know. Rest in peace, little man.
I know.
that
Poor
sucks.
guy. Really more of it is just a sad story. Kind of a story that halts the entire podcast.
It really does. Yeah. You were doing really solid.
I thought it was interesting because it's like $500. I thought maybe we could play with that.
Yeah.
You're like, my kid's worth $1,000. But, then it was just kind of sad because the kid's dead.
The psychology of it really freaks me out. The people that sit around and think of ways to scam people who are in dire need of help.
Yeah.
Like it's always the the elderly people that get the Indian guys on the phone being like, you need to get all the iPhone fucking
Whoa.
Right.
gift cards.
It's
Get
true.
the gift cards.
Just the other day, I got a text message from the IRS saying that I qualify for a $1,400 economic impact payment. And I was like, okay, the economy is impacted way more than $1,400 worth in my pocket.
Yeah.
Stop flirting with me, U.S. government.
Seriously. No, it was a scam. It
was a scam.
Yeah, it's just like a junk text.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, please provide your address and all of your your bank information, and we'll send that over.
Your mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's just not talk about the kid who was drowned.
Okay.
Okay. I mean,
And
sure.
Because it's almost Valentine's Day. Kind of.
Oh.
Tangentially.
Wow.
Tangentially. That's not even the right word to use there. It's almost.
Man, your segues are shite.
No, they're
Today.
not. They're not. I'm a professional.
They're shite.
I'm one of the greatest
today.
podcasters of my generation.
That's correct.
right.
But today.
I had very good segues earlier.
Yeah.
And then it was just like one kid drowns, and all of a sudden I'm in hot water.
Now we're all
Yeah,
drowning.
Now we're all drowning.
Texas Roadhouse, Valentine's Day. They are offering
Roadhouse.
They are offering bread bouquets. They're only $5, and they come with the butter.
Oh, hell
Oh
yeah.
my God.
That's nice.
What do you mean by a bread bouquet? What's on?
It's a
what's
bouquet.
But what's the stem?
It's the bouquet
What
of
do
bread.
they stick on the bread to use as a stem?
Just straws.
Yeah,
That's what you're hung up on? Look at this.
Look at that. You tell me that's not almost on par.
I'm trying to figure out, like, they're actually, like, they come in bouquet, like, they're not on a plate. They're all stuck on straws.
It's
and
in a
then
bouquet.
You don't sound very impressed, so nobody's taking you to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, you're about to miss out on a big dinner when Kyle and I go.
Yeah.
Please don't invite me to that. That looks disgusting. That's weird.
What are you talking about?
Why? Why is that a thing?
Because. All right.
You have to be talked into carbohydrates?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you?
It's not a fire.
I love bread. Okay,
it's not a fire truck. I'm an 11-year-old boy, so I only get turned on when people say I can honk a horn of a fire truck.
Wow, you would have been on that fire truck faster than me.
I know.
Get out of here.
I'm aware.
Tiff says it looks delicious.
It doesn't look very appetizing. And again, I love bread. I eat bread.
Yeah, sounds like
bread
it.
Eater.
She's coming
I'm a bread eater.
Are you coming out to your mom again? Mom, I'm a bread eater.
I'm a bread eater.
Okay.
I've always eaten bread.
The legendary restaurant is serving steak and ribs, and then they're also doing bread bouquets. This is all in honor of Valentine's Day, which is coming up right around the corner, everyone, which is my least favorite holiday. It's February 14th, and it's just $5. So
wow.
The one thing I don't like is that they keep on saying, it's just $5, you poor bitch. Hey, are you a dude and you have like a girl that you kind of want to treat, but you don't have any money because you're a broke ass?
Yep.
Come and get a $5 bouquet of bread.
Yeah. And then you bring a girl there and she's like, but what are the stems made out of?
Exactly.
Oh, I'd be
These are the
so
important
pissed.
questions. These are the important questions. I'd be like, what the fuck are they stuck on top of?
Little breadsticks. If they are stuck on little breadsticks,
That would be great.
that would be
That would be
fantastic.
pretty cool.
Double carbon. And the butter's so good, it's got like cinnamon in it.
Oh, the butter is so good.
Cinnamon in the butter?
Yes.
Well, now I'm listening.
Well, you speak like someone that's never been to a Texas Roadhouse.
I don't need to be in a Texas Roadhouse.
Yes,
Have
you
not been to
do.
a Texas Roadhouse?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna get me the bread bouquet?
Someone's gonna get you a bread bouquet.
Not after talking like that.
Yeah. Oh, you want a bread bouquet? Bend over and I'll show you.
Wow.
For just $5,
Jesus.
fans, they can get this iconic buttery roll at participating locations. So isn't that fun? A lot of people have said that they are into this. One person joked, I promise you those rolls will be gone in 38 seconds.
Oh my God.
A very specific amount of time.
Like I've done the math.
Another person said, if you're anything like me, the flowers will last a lot longer than the bouquet rolls.
And flowers don't last that long.
Well, right. And obviously,
They die
I
pretty
would
fast.
assume you're going to eat the buttery, bready bouquet before the flowers die.
Like if you take it seriously,
You're on a date with an actual cow.
If he wanted to be literal about that statement, technically the bread would last longer than the flowers, though, wouldn't it?
If you don't eat it.
Yeah. It's like steak.
But you're going to eat it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, how good are they?
So good.
How do you know?
Because I've been to Texas Roadhouse.
They are
you
very
eat a
good.
bouquet of flowers?
The steaks are not that good.
It's the buns that they come out with at the beginning.
The buns.
It's the buns and they're free.
It's the buns and they're free.
Yeah,
okay.
they're free.
Is there a Texas Roadhouse here?
They're everywhere.
In Los Angeles?
I'm sure there is.
But it's Los Angeles. Huh?
Kyle, can you see if there's a Texas Roadhouse? Because we'll have our first.
Corona's the closest one.
We'll do a fan meet and greet there. It'll be fantastic.
Our first live stream in public.
Can you imagine if you get a date, the bouquet of bread, and then they keep it?
Oh, they're like,
don't
oh, thanks. You know, like, oh, fuck.
And then they just have it in the middle of their table for 6
Weird.
months.
And they're like, did you bring a vase for it? Or do you have to buy one? I hate when they don't bring a vase for it.
Oh, that's just a nice story. So for this Valentine's Day, get out to Texas Roadhouse and have a lot of fun.
Yes.
And don't get into a screaming fight and stuff like that. Cinnamon
Don't
butter.
chest bump your sibling, no matter how old you are. Grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the final story, sticking with love.
Ah.
Popular sex act is destroying Australian couples.
Did you say popular sex act?
Sex act.
Yes.
Did it not sound like that? Sex.
Sec act.
Sex act. Popular sex act destroying Australian couples. When it comes to pornography, some people say it's part of a healthy relationship, but new data in Australia has said that most people or many people consider it cheating.
Oh,
So this is a
the
toss.
age-old question.
This is a toss-up. 56% of women believe that if a partner has subscribed to a porn star's channel,
Oh God.
it's definitely cheating. Okay.
Okay.
And then 38% of men agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, because it's different. It's like you could just go on like websites and watch porn, and I don't
Right.
think that's cheating. But then when you have the subscription to someone's specific channel, maybe you're like developing a relationship with them, talking to them
parasocial.
Yeah,
online.
but guys don't
sending
do that.
them money.
Oh, I think guys do
I
that.
mean, of course, guys
guess.
do that.
How do you think all these women are making
about?
$30 million a month?
Yeah.
That's true. Off of cucks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my God, I so would do that. If I was a chick,
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to look totally different and have different genetics and everything.
Yeah.
I could probably do some vor where it's like, I'll eat your toes.
Yeah.
Give me $100 and I'll fucking call you an asshole.
People will do that.
Hit them with frying pans and shit.
Yeah. Complete with a fresh bouquet of bread flowers.
50% of men said it depends on the type of interaction. And that compares with 36% of women. So the majority of women just say it doesn't matter whatsoever. If you're having comments, or if you make comments, or if you guys talk with each other, if you subscribe to a channel, it's officially cheating.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Cheating, I feel like, is a strong word, but I do understand the insecurity behind it, where it's like, okay, you're with me, and all of a sudden you just develop a new online relationship with a hotter chick.
My question is, it almost seems passé.
I thought it was a lonely guy thing to do, not guys in relationships.
True. If I was in a relationship and I found out that the gal was going to Rocky Dubby, to get her fucking
Yeah.
clam sniffed by
Yeah.
this guy because he was like really good, even though
Yeah.
men don't make that much money on OnlyFans,
No.
I would be like, well, I must not be satisfying this person very well.
Exactly. That's what just brings up a lot of insecurity, and it's like, oh my God, I'm not enough. You have to be online and look for something else to get your jimmies off.
But then if I find out that she's watching him and his big thing is shoving pineapples up his asshole, and she's just like, I just really love to watch it, and that's what makes me come. I'm like, you know what? You guys can have that.
You can have. I understand that that's not something that I can provide.
Right.
He's
'cause
crafting his colon.
And I'm
exactly.
Crafts.
It's
really.
yeah.
So if
farts and crafts.
arts and crafts, arts and farts and farts and crafts.
Nice.
So if you're watching porno and you have this relationship with that person, but that person is doing something that your partner would never want to do,
Yeah.
but you want to do,
That would make sense. That's like a healthy outlet for it, because they're not off in the dark of bars like looking for someone to fart in their face. They're
No, but I think if you have something that's that off and deviant that your partner won't do, you're eventually going to do it.
well, I don't know if
I don't think you could just
watching
have-
someone shove a bunch of things up their asshole. It's not necessarily deviant.
No. You don't think people just fantasize about crazy shit and don't actually do it?
I don't know.
You know?
All I know is you can never trust anyone that works at a bank. It's always
What?
it's always people that you never suspect.
Yeah.
It's always those people who are just like, you go and all of a sudden you're at home with them and you're like, what are all these devices?
Yep.
And they're like, oh, you don't know. I'm like very shy. And then all of a sudden, you got a bunch of lipstick on your asshole and you're
Strapped from the ceiling.
Exactly.
What the hell have happened to you guys?
You don't know what I've seen.
9%
Right.
of women and 15% of men think it's normal to have relationships with OnlyFans stars.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be normal per se, but it's certainly not I wouldn't say it's like super abnormal.
Right. Especially in this day and age. It's just
Right.
becoming more normalized.
Right.
I think there's just something to, like, especially during COVID when everyone was a sex worker. and they were
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
doing OnlyFans.
I know.
There's something to wanting to see someone do some weird shit.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need it?
No, I only jerk off for medical reasons anyway. I'm like basically asexual. I really am. I just don't care. I'm just so done.
Yeah.
Done. So, but I understand it being like kind of upset, especially if they're doing it like in front of you. That's rude.
Yeah.
And if you're with a significant other, also you better pay your own
Your
bill.
significant other is just like reading a book right next to you
Yeah.
in bed. And you're like, what the hell are you doing over there?
I can't believe he's going to fit all that in there. What are you watching, honey? I was watching this guy sit on a chair, like literally.
Chips upside down.
So anyway, that's going to be an interesting conversation for the future. I was going to say, as we sort of wrap it up here, bring it all together, I think an OnlyFans subscription, that's one thing. But I feel like having an AI sex robot is more cheating than having a OnlyFans because you're fucking it.
Like a sex doll.
Like a sex, but now with these sex dolls, you can have a full
toy.
No, it's beyond a toy. These things are now like fully sentient, basically.
No, my God.
They
what
are.
does that mean? What does that mean? Is it going to be gross huffing and puffing above me as there's thrusting? There's drops of sweat that drop into my eyeballs. And
You could get one that has a detachable penis. So you could have a vagina on there. You can make it whatever you want, whenever you want it.
Yeah.
And then also,
Oh, Jerry, right there. Jerry. Oh, yeah.
I have a fire truck. Hey, Jerry, did I tell you I have a fire truck? I have a fire truck. And then you're just like, stop it!
Put the fire out.
I have a fire truck. Oh, God.
only you can put out this fire.
Yeah.
But I think that that's almost worse than just watching somebody online. But of course, also,
I don't know. It sounds like having an extremely developed vibrator.
that's exactly, it really is.
It's really
Like
so
fleshed out.
every
But
girl
also-
in her drawer has a bunch of cheating mechanisms. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Also, you have to be very careful because those sex bots are going to start filming everything.
Ooh.
You're going to be able
Oh, that's not cool.
They're going to send it to
Make
the
sure
government.
that red light is covered up with tape.
to, yep.
Yeah.
To be very, but then if you do that, then it's not going to be able to see you, so it's not going to know what to do.
It's not. And then it's going to
Oh.
be like a real experience with a man.
You're the one who denied the bouquet.
Yeah.
Wow. Cultural differences between innies and outies.
What?
All right, everyone. Thank you for another fantastic episode.
Oh, that was fun.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Patreon. Again, go to patreon.com/diebud. $10 a month. You can watch every episode live. Thanks for supporting the show. We got a bunch of fun news coming out.
Yeah.
And all right, everyone, hail yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.